Hello and welcome back to Soul Search Sunday with Johnny Tiger on July 21st, 2024. I know, as I predicted, I did not get around to a self-defense video yesterday because I had an art event going on. Uh, and by the time that was done and over with, I was a little bit too tired for it. But I'm glad that I did make it to doing today's video because today I'm going to talk about this new kid we have at the martial arts studio that I work at. Now, I'm not going to give names and not going to give any details. Actually, I don't even know his name. Honestly, we have so many people who just come for 2 sessions and 3 sessions, and you never see them again for the rest of your life. And it's getting to the point that I don't even try to learn their name unless they come back for 2 or 3 months in a row, and then I will get to know them. But if they're new, most of the time I don't even bother to memorize their name. Uh, in the summertime, I don't know what is it in the summertime. Maybe summertime people are just more active, but we have a lot of new people in the summertime. Like in the last 3 weeks alone, we probably have 40, 50 new people. And again, most of them will not stay. Most of them maybe show up for 2 or 3 sessions, maybe five. Some of them will stick around for a couple months, but then that's it. You just never see them again. Now, I hate to sound flippant or disinterested or jaded, although I guess I am after being teaching for almost 20 years. I am somewhat jaded, but it is true that after a while, a lot of these new people they tend to blend into each other. Like once in a while, you'll have someone really memorable, like me and some of the older students, we talk about, remember that time when that guy who showed up and who was all aggressive and crazy, or remember that guy who collapsed after 2 push-ups. We talk about stuff like that, but most people that show up, okay, that darn cat. Hold. The cat hit the pause button for some reason. Anyway, I was saying that most people, we just don't remember them that much. It's just a lot of faces coming and going. But this past few weeks, we had one new kid who left enough of a ripple in the water that I feel that I want to talk about it. Now, this kid, I don't know exactly how old, maybe 16, 17, maybe 18. Um, and he's annoyed quite a few senior students because I know because they come and talk to me about it, and they said, "Ah, man, he thinks he knows everything, and when we work with him, he feels that just because he's a newbie and the rest of us must be newbie too, and he feels that he should show us how to move, and he has to teach us. And while we've been here for 4 or 5 years, and who does he think he is? And he can show us stuff." And it's true. Once in a while, we get these new people that have this mentality. They feel that because they're new, everybody else must be new too. So they have to maybe because they did some karate or did some judo or taekwondo somewhere else, and they can uh, try to show people how you're supposed to punch and what kind of block you should be doing, regardless that we are not even doing the kind of martial arts that they did. So after getting a few of these complaints, I actually got a chance to work with a new kid on his either his second day back or third day back, and it was quite funny because uh, I, as most of you know that are watching this, I've been sick for about 3 weeks. So when he first joined the club, I wasn't there. So I just started returning to work, and the kid had no idea that I am the assistant instructor in the club. So I guess he just assumed that I am a newbie, and he assumed that this poor blind guy is new and doesn't know what he's doing. So when I was working with him, he did the same thing to me. He kept trying to show me how the punch is supposed to be done and try to be all uh, I guess encouraging, but honestly, it's a little bit condescending. Like when I throw a punch, he's like, "Oh, that's so cool. That's good. That's nice. You got good power, man. Keep it up." Like in my head, I was thinking, "Shut the fuck up." um, but after I worked with him, at the end of the class, some of my senior students were talking to me, and they obviously saw what was going on, and they asked me, why didn't you let him know, hey, dude, I am the teacher here? Why didn't you knock him off of his high horse? Knock him down a peg or two and just embarrass him. Just let him know that you probably can you probably can kill him with your little finger. Why don't you let him know that? So I decided, because at the time when they asked me, I honestly didn't have a very precise answer. It was just a feeling I was going off of. It was a very instinctual gut feeling. But now that I thought more about it, I want to make a video and talk about that, because I think a lot of time it is important to look at a problem or a situation. This is not even really a problem. It is important to look at a situation from a different angle rather than going off of your instinctual knee-jerk feeling. Oh, who are you? Who do you think you are that you want to teach me? Uh, it's it's important to put that ego aside and trust that there's a reason for things to happen. Okay, so I have 3 reasons that why I did not and I do not want to uh, embarrass the kid and make him feel bad about he's trying to teach the instructor. Uh, Number one, as a blind martial artist, as a disabled martial artist, I've been kicking around the martial arts scene for almost 40 years. And I generally come across two types of people, two types of students. The one type is the awkward, super awkward type. Uh, oh my God, oh my God, he's blind. Oh, can I even talk to him? Is he gonna get offended if I talk to him? Do I need to hold his hand and let him know where my face is so he can try to hit my face when we spar? Oh my God! Like, how am I going to do this technique with him? Like, most of the people I've run into fall in that category. Just so awkward, and that's not good. Okay, the second category of people that I would run into is a super inspired, that the people that like almost starstruck. Oh my God, you are blind and you do martial art. You must be Daredevil. Wow, you must. Oh wow, yeah, yeah. And the funny thing is, they always explain it to themselves to make sense. Like, oh yeah, obviously, because they're blind, so you must have super hearing, and you must be able to smell and touch like 1,000 times better than we can. Yeah, wow, you must be some kind of god. Like, so this type is almost just as annoying as the first type, right? Uh, I no, I am not Daredevil. I can't hear a bullet being fired from a gun like a mile away and just catch it with my hand. I don't have super senses or stuff like that. Okay, most of that is crap anyway. Um, no, I'm just a normal guy who put in a lot of hard work. Give me credit for the hard work I put into my training. Okay, so to run into a kid who didn't even bat an eyelash, like, oh my god, this guy's blind. What am I supposed to do? No, like it's almost like he decided, hey, there's a blind guy training. That's so cool. I'm going to teach him. I'm going to help him. I'm going to help him learn what we're doing. I'm going to encourage him. That, honestly, that is so freaking adorable. I wish I hope that this kid grow up and go through the rest of his life trying to help out every disabled person he come across in school, in workplaces, in dojos. Okay, it may be annoying, he may be overstepping his boundary, but to have that kind of forward stepping attitude, like, okay, the blind guy, I'm going to work with him, I'm going to teach him, it's so great. Okay, that attitude alone make me feel less offended about him assuming that I am a newbie. Number two, his enthusiasm. You know it, I know it. As I'm assuming you guys watching this, you have been around the block a few times. Um, you have been shouted down. You have been ruled out. You have been uh, shouted at. You have been corrected again and again. Okay, when you are working, they want to tell you what to do. When you're in school, they tell you what to do. When you're in a dojo, they tell you what to do. When you're at the gym, they have the rules and uh, things. And it's like everywhere you go in your life, you're getting knocked down, knocked down, knocked down. You're always being told you can't do this, you shouldn't do that, you don't want to do this. And that kind of stuff will slowly chip away at your childlike enthusiasm. Okay? So a lot of us, why is it that it's so hard for us to talk to strangers? Why is it so hard for us to go up and talk to a disabled person? Because we have all these bad experiences or people telling us you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. People get offended when we do this or when we do that. We have uh, all these experiences that we accumulate uh, in our lifetime. Kids don't have that. Like a lot of kids, I remember making kids when I was in elementary school. It was never awkward. It was never awkward. Like if I was just as blind as I am now, but kids that I went to school with, they never found it to be awkward. Like I had kids that would walk up to me on the first day of school. Hey, you're blind. Can I be your friend? I don't ever get that as an adult, right? Like kids have that kind of unreserved enthusiasm, and this kid still have that. Okay? He walk into the dojo, he feels that he want to show everybody what he can do, and not just to show off. He wants to show everybody so they can do what he does. Okay, I think that kind of enthusiasm is very nice to have in a training environment. You don't want to just be boring and traditional and hard work. I mean, hard work is good. Training hard is good, but you should never have to be overly serious at your martial art training. Okay, when it's time to fight, you can be serious. Yeah, when you're time to spar and play and train together, you should never have to be that serious. It should be fun. You should be enthusiastic. Okay, so I think this kid is going to grow up and he is going to get shouted down, corrected, and people are going to say, who do you think you are showing me what to do? I've been here for 4 years or 5 years. And he is going to run into a lot of embarrassment in his life. So I do not want to start contributing to that. I want him to always be able to walk into a dojo, feel enthusiastic, feel that he can show everybody what to do without being judged or being shouted down. Number three, as annoying as it is that he figures that I am just a blind newbie in class, what he does when he's trying to show me what to do and so on actually is very helpful to me as an instructor, because as a blind instructor I can't look at you from across the room and see how you're standing, how you're punching, how you're kicking. I don't have that kind of visual information. So the only way for me to actually figure out who's on which level and who can do this and who need to work more on that is usually by spending a lot of time with students one on one on an individual basis and actually work with them, uh, stuff like that. So when this kid uh, is willing to say, "Hey, you should punch this way or kick this way," he thinks he's showing me how to do it. But what he's actually showing me is where he is weakest and where he has problem. And this allow me to gradually, if he stay, assuming he stays with the program, this will give me a lot of information on how to correct his posture, how to work with him in the long run, and what his strengths are, what is his body mechanic, what is his strength weakness, and all that stuff. So I'm not letting him get away with this just because it's adorable and cute and all that stuff. It is partly, but I'm letting him continue this way because I'm getting some really valuable information that will allow me to teach him better as well. Like I said, I did not have these all thought out when the event took place, when it was happening. I just had this instinctual feeling that I shouldn't let my ego get involved. I should just take a back seat and observe and let this happen. And after spending the last 3 or 4 days thinking about it, I'm more convinced than ever that my decision, my instinctual decision and reaction on the spot was correct. Thank you for listening to me ramble through this episode. Hopefully, I'll be back for some Music Monday tomorrow.